Hello everyone, it's the Ozzy trader here, and today we want to do an analysis or a review of price action for December 29th. Alright, so the first thing I do is delineate or mark out the highs and lows of the previous day. So December 28th, high and then low. So I mark that out, and then we move straight to the 5 minutes chart. That's where that's where I look for my entries. So 29th, yes, Thursday. Alright, so I think we have Thursday's price action here now. Alright, and then I turn on the sessions indicator, and so I'm going to be looking at two strategies at once. The first one has to do with opening price, and then the first one has to do with the opening price range, and then the second has to do with price at the previous day's highs and lows. Sometimes they work together to give a confluence, as we will see later in this particular instance. All right, so let's dive in. For the London session, we are starting at 7, so we can see price whole movement is this for the first 15 minutes. All right, so there's the price range for the first 15 minutes, and so what we are looking for is a push out and then a retest. All right, so price pushed out lower, and I was anticipating a retest here, but it took quite a while for that to happen, so it happened somewhere here. All right, and as usual, your stop loss is here. That's above the structure that formed it. Or yes, so that's about the structure that formed it. That's about 6 pips stop loss, and then you take profits. It's a 1:3, so we're looking at about 18 pips. 18 pips should give you 1:3 for this particular trade. And you can realize that for today it was quite a simple trade. This is what traders usually refer to as bread and butter setup. So there's not much analysis, there's not much thinking. You just see the setup and you execute. And that's it. So that's it for the London session. And then for the New York session, we are seeing that price has mitigated the previous day's low, and then it's consolidating. So this whole time from somewhere 10:30 all the way to maybe 12, almost 1, prices around the same place. Okay, so ideally what we are looking for is for price to close above the previous day's low and give us an entry to go higher, or come to the same previous day's low and show a willingness to go lower, and then we just join in the ride. Okay, so I can show my opening price range as this. So this is my opening price range. All right, and I think it's quite big. Let me see how many pips that comes to be. Okay, 7. 7 is not bad. I'm usually looking at 5 to 8 is normal. 9, 10 I start getting a bit uncomfortable, but 5 to 8 is workable with. But 5 is like the standard. 5 is what you usually see. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. All right. And I'm saying this for Aussie dollar. Yes, for Aussie dollar. It may be different on other pairs, but for Aussie dollar, 5, 6 is normal. All right. So price came out, but I failed to close above it on this particular candle. me see if I can make this a little bigger so it's easier to follow along. Okay, yes. So on the 1255 candle, that's this 1255, price came out but failed to close above it, went lower, and then now closed above it. All right. So now we are assured that, or we have more confidence that price is going higher because it has broken this particular high and has broken this particular high too by just a few pips, just a few pipettes. Sorry. So we have higher confidence that price will continue to push higher. And looking at this, it's like price had been pushing higher, then just one low, a stronger high, and then one another low again. So we have more, should I say, bullish candles in this run than bearish, right? In this 1, 2, 3 is a bullish order block for us. So bullish, bearish, bullish is an order block for us. So yes, 2 entries for you. One is the simple one, just as a retest on the range, you are taking the trade. All right, so that's the simple, you don't want to overcomplicate things sort of trade, and you should have 1:3 by 21 pips. This is 7, right? So by 21 pips, you should have 1:3. Now the more complex setup, or more complex entry will be using this order block. So you can see bullish, bearish, bullish. All right. So you can choose to enter on that order block with your stop loss right beneath this. All right. So that bearish, bullish candle, your stop loss is right beneath that. That makes up for just 3 pips. So there's a risk trade. There's a trade that it's more likely that you might get worked out. So it's best to put on lesser lots and have the same targets. What I mean is that if you were taking it from the safer trade that was 7 pips and your target was 21 pips, all right, when you take this at 3 pips, the target should still be 21 pips. Do you catch my drift? So with the same 21 pips, I've not changed the target. So with the same 21 pips, you see that you are making 7%. All right. So even if you took 0.5% on this, you'd still make 3.56 thereabout, 3.6 thereabout. So it's a pretty good entry. It's a pretty good trade, and that's as far as it goes. Another simple entry for you. If you were to stick with your 1:3, you should hit it very quickly and go to bed. In about 10 pips, you should be done. And it is actually makes sense because by that time you would have mitigated this as well. So it's safe to just step out, right? It's safe to just step out because you don't know what might happen. But in this case, price went all the way. So let's see how much the potential RR was on this trade, because price really moved on Thursday. Price really pushed on AU. All right. So wow. All right. These are kind of days we pray for. So you can see that price was trying to, after mitigating the previous day's low, was trying to reach up to the previous day's high. It didn't get there, and so the maximum potential doesn't mean that that's where you close, because we are not magicians. We can't tell. That's a wrong word. We are managing risk, right? We are not fortune tellers, so we can't tell when price is going to change, but we can follow along. Yes, we can follow along price action. And in this case, it took us all the way to 67.85. for 9.88 RR. That is amazing. 9.88 RR is amazing in one session. Yeah. And for anyone who took a risk entry of 3 pips, right? Anyone who took this risk entry of, yeah, 3 pips, that person would have been making 19 RR. Okay, so you can see that the risk to reward is really good, and it takes a bit of time to catch such trades. These don't happen, these setups don't happen every day, but when they do, there's a lot to make on the table. Yeah, so that's it for today. Ozzy USD, 29th December 2022. Peace out.